Europe, August 1st, 2025. Severe weather has once again struck Europe, bringing chaos, destruction, and widespread disruptions across several countries, particularly Germany and Italy. Violent thunderstorms, torrential rain, hail, and fierce winds wreaked havoc on Friday, leaving authorities scrambling to respond to emergencies and assess the damage. On Friday evening, a powerful and fast-moving thunderstorm unleashed its fury over the city of Offenburg, Germany, causing extensive damage and prompting hundreds of emergency calls within a short span of time. At approximately 6:00 p.m., ominous dark clouds rolled in, accompanied by loud claps of thunder that signaled the impending storm. Minutes later, the skies opened, releasing a torrential downpour that quickly overwhelmed drainage systems, resulting in widespread flooding across the city. The industrial zone in western Offenburg was particularly hard hit. A large warehouse was inundated after floodwaters breached its gates, causing significant property damage. Nearby businesses also reported water intrusion, with some facilities suffering heavy losses. Rail transport in the region came to a standstill after a large tree fell onto overhead power lines between Bolsbach and Windschlag, forcing Deutsche Bahn to cancel train services along the busy Offenburg-Rastatt route. The federal police and railway emergency crews were dispatched to inspect the line for additional hazards. No sé si se salvará la aceituna ya. Elsewhere in the city, streets were submerged and traffic ground to a halt in several districts. The Offenburg Fire Department reported over 100 emergency deployments by late evening, responding to incidents ranging from flooded basements to fallen trees that crushed parked vehicles. The new hospital construction site was also impacted, with its excavation pit turning into a temporary reservoir as barrier fences were torn down by powerful wind gusts and surging water. At the freight depot, a stationary cargo train was struck by a fallen tree, causing major disruptions to freight operations, though fortunately no injuries were reported. Preliminary estimates suggest that the storm caused millions of euros in damages, leaving businesses and homeowners facing costly repairs. The German Meteorological Service, DWD, has warned that more severe weather, including heavy rain, hail, and damaging winds, could hit southwest Germany over the weekend. Emergency services in Offenburg and surrounding towns remain on high alert, prepared for further incidents. At the same time, severe weather also hammered northern Italy, particularly the Veneto region, where violent thunderstorms erupted on Friday afternoon, bringing heavy rain, large hail, and powerful wind gusts.
Was also spared the hailstorm, which also brought heavy hail. Meanwhile, just a few kilometers from Albacete in El Celebro, residents witnessed heavy rain, leaving video footage showing poor visibility due to the rainfall.
The weather system, described as a supercell, formed around 2:00 p.m. and moved rapidly from west to east, lashing provinces such as Vicenza, Padova, and Treviso. In some areas, hailstones measuring up to 3 centimeters in diameter pelted the ground, shredding vegetation and damaging vehicles, rooftops, and agricultural crops.
Qua e un punto là. A parte che è tutta una marcatura.
Farmers across the region, particularly in Padova, reported severe agricultural losses, with vineyards, fruit orchards, and vegetable fields sustaining heavy damage. According to Coldiretti, Italy's National Farmers Association, the hailstorm destroyed significant portions of the season's harvest within just minutes. Strong winds uprooted trees and sent debris flying, while localized flash floods rendered several roads impassable, leaving motorists stranded or forced to seek alternative routes. Emergency services were dispatched to clear fallen trees and assist residents affected by the flooding.
Granizada monumental en 1 de agosto aquí en la Verallera.
Fortunately, no injuries or fatalities were reported as the storm cell moved quickly eastward after causing extensive disruption. The Veneto region's Civil Protection Functional Center had already issued a yellow weather warning for thunderstorms earlier in the day, which has now been extended through the weekend. Meteorologists predict that August 2nd and 3 could see more widespread and intense storms, particularly in the Prealps and Pianura areas, with risks of severe weather, heavy downpours, strong winds, and additional hailstorms, with storm systems remaining active over parts of Germany, Italy, and neighboring regions. Authorities are urging residents to remain vigilant, avoid unnecessary travel, and monitor real-time weather updates. Flooded roads, fallen power lines, and storm debris continue to pose hazards, while emergency services brace for a potentially volatile weekend of extreme weather conditions.
The world changing, disasters are no longer rare, they are reality. You cannot predict the next earthquake, flood, or wildfire, but you can choose how ready you are. This channel isn't just here to inform, it's here to wake people up before it's too late. So if you're watching this now, take it as a sign. Don't just scroll, don't just watch. Subscribe, learn, and prepare, because awareness isn't fear, it's power.